Hi, welcome to Tech Talk Tuesday. I am Tanya Block-Rusin, and I run Smart Virtual Solution. My business is here to help you with your virtual technology tools so that you can run your business more efficiently and effectively. I help with consultation, training, implementation, and problem solving along any of the business lines. So whether it's marketing, which is what I help with the most, or organization, or just tools that you think you need to have, I'm here to help. Today, we're going to be discussing, does Google have a love language when it comes to your business? And most specifically, we're going to be building on the conversation that we had last week when it talks about the Google Business Profile. So, does it have a do they have a love language? Spoiler alert, yes, they absolutely do have a love language. Things that they want you to do in claiming your Google business profile, and things that, help it so that you are found in the local searches a lot more easily. So a recap from last week, we talked about the top 5 ways to focus your marketing as a local business. And some of the things that we talked about is that it's free to claim your Google profile, that a lot of the searches are done with a local intent. And the biggest key is that 56% of the local businesses have not claimed their Google business listing. Now, why specifically are we talking about Google and not including the other search engines like Bing or Apple or Apple Maps or anything like that? It's because Google currently has 92% of the market share of searches done on the internet. We don't say, hey, search for that answer. We say Google it. They have become a household name in that way, that the brand and the brand name is actually what we say is the action that we tell people to do. So that's why we're concentrating specifically on Google, but there are definitely reasons to claim your business listing in the other directories and the other search engines as well. But today, specifically Google. So why specifically should you claim your profile? Well, again, that local search popularity. According to Google, 46% of all searches have local intent, meaning that people are looking for information about the businesses near them. So thinking about that dentist or that restaurant, the local handyman or things like that, you want to see the things that are closest to you, that are local to your particular area first. And having a Google Business Profile, the GPP, to kind of shorten it, is crucial for businesses looking to reach those local searchers, those people that, to pop up first in that list. So we've got this view here, making sure that you are found quickly. It also gives you increased visibility. A Google Business Profile can increase the visibility of your business in Google search and map results by up to 3 times. 3 times, making it much easier for local customers to find and interact with the businesses online. You also get increased credibility. They're one of the first things a potential customer sees when searching for a business online. And a well-maintained profile with accurate information and positive customer reviews can help establish a business as credible and trustworthy provider in the local community. So I mentioned last week that I was looking for a handyman in my area, and there was none that popped up in my area. All of them were popping up an hour and a half away. So anyone in my area that is not listed, at least with a free profile, I'm going to question if I really want to work with them, because maybe they're not the, responsible business that I would want to work with. So having that profile and being seen and having just throwing it up there and building it and leaving it there, at least it's there and someone has made that effort. It's better to have definitely an updated one, but having something is always better than having nothing. It adds that credibility. It also adds customer engagement. The profiles provide a wealth of information about your business. You can have photos, reviews, business hours, and more, allowing customers to interact with you and your business in all types of different ways. You can send them to your website. You can send them to they can schedule directly with you. They can call you directly from that link, from that profile, or maybe there's a messaging component. There's all types of different ways that they can interact with your business from right there on that search result. So giving people more access to you is, it increases that engagement process with your potential customers. You get increased traffic, so more eyes to your business. According to Google, businesses that have claimed and verified their profile have seen an average increase of website traffic of up to 35%. It also improves your local SEO. And what that basically means is that SEO is the search engine optimization. So having that profile helps you rank higher in the local search results. And as you keep that profile updated and with current and more information, the higher you will rank in the search results, allowing for improved SEO. And you get insights and analytics. So you can actually go to your profile and when you're logged in on the account that you've claimed it as, and you can actually see how many people have viewed your profile in a certain amount of time. You can see those insights and analytics, where they've been on your site, how many have gone to your website after they've looked at the search results. So you can see how things are going and how they're ranking directly from from the Google profile. So how do we set it up? So this is one of my clients. And so I set her up a long time ago. We haven't done a whole lot of updates, but so it is, a really simple, very rural little business. So let's see if your Google profile is out there. So first, I would suggest using an incognito window. So if you're using Chrome, what you would do is down at the very bottom of your screen wherever your Chrome app is, wherever you go to open it, instead of right-clicking on it like you normally would, left-clicking on it, then right-click on it, and you'll get another menu. And then open where it says a new incognito window. By having that, your site turns off all of the things that it typically remembers, like automatically logging into your Google account with all of your passwords, and it allows you to actually see things as someone else would be seeing them. So once you have that, or if you're using a web browser that isn't logged into your Google account, what you want to see is if your business profile, if you have a business profile out there. That's step one. If you do you have this button down here that says own this business? So if it says this, that means that the account that if you are logged into a Google account, it means that it wasn't this one. If you click then on this own this business button, you go to the next screen, then Google will provide you with partial bit of the email address that they that registered that listing. Now, it is possible that that profiles have been created by Google because someone left a review of that business, or some other information might have been collected by Google. So go ahead and go through this own this business area, and it will help you. The next steps are pretty self-explanatory. Basically, it'll help you see who did claim the site, if someone did claim it, and might take a few days for that process to go through if someone else did claim that for you. And if you need help with these steps, reach out to me and I'll kind of help walk you through these specific pieces if you have any issues with them. So if you don't have a profile, if you don't have a listing up, you go to business.google.com. Real simple. You just go to that address, to that domain, and you will go to this screen. And this is where you would go to set up your profile and manage the profile. So you want to keep this address in mind, because you'll need to use it to help manage your site as well. So you would click on Manage Now. You would sign in to whatever Google account that you want to have manage that profile. And then you start this process. You start entering your information, and they will give you specific prompts to do this. So make sure your business name is your actual business name. Don't add all kinds of extra stuff unless it's, absolutely necessary, because Google will ding you. So for example, if you are ABC lawyers, do not say that you're ABC lawyer, accident attorney, lawyer, accident attorneys helping you win more money. You don't want to put a tagline here. Google can penalize you for that. So make sure that you're entering your actual business name. Now, a lot of people have gotten held up on this step, especially if you are a business that's virtual like mine, if you are a business that you actually go to visit your clients or your customers, if you're doing something like that, if you are completely virtual, or you're working, from home and you don't want to provide your address. I get it. I don't want people to know where I live either. One, you cannot use a post office box. You do have to use a street address. And two, just because you provide Google with the address does not mean you have to publish it on that listing. However, Google has a number of ways that they verify that your business is actually your business, and their first step is your address. So make sure that you go ahead and enter your street address. There will be an option as you're going through and setting up your profile to publish or leave it hidden, and you can leave it hidden, that's not a problem. And then you would enter your particular service areas for the areas that you work with. But definitely enter your address. It's required. They need it. Even if you don't receive mail there, just enter your street address and we'll work through all of the rest of it. So let's talk about that love language. It is Valentine's Day when I'm recording this. So love language, Google style. First, be consistent with your data across listings. So what does that mean? If on your website you are listing an address or your website address or any other of your other contact information, and you're having it on your Google profile and you're having it in a number of other locations, be consistent with how you're listing that information. 123 Main Street with the word street spelled out is definitely different, especially to Google, than street abbreviated. You want to make, and the bots get very confused and the algorithm gets confused if you have street and ST with a period and all of these different things. So make sure that however you start putting your information out, that you stick with it, that you have it that way, the same way all the time. If you are on Highway 143, then make sure that you are either spelling out highway or you're using the HWY abbreviation. Stay consistent. And another little known area is the fact that on a website address, your domain address, so yoursite.com, having the www, according to Google and to any of the other search bots, www.yoursite.com is actually a different site than just typing yoursite.com. And when your website was created, the developer or you yourself had the choice of having it list as www or just yoursite.com. So make sure that you're being consistent with that as well. Even if they both go to the same place and they're going to the same page, that doesn't really matter, because when you're posting that information out in the internet, then that information needs to stay consistent. So yeah, just that's the key. Be consistent. Keep your information up to date. Regularly update your business information on that profile, such as your hours, your phone number, your website, and your address. Now, I know a lot of this doesn't change, but business hours might. If you have, we have President's Day coming up next week. So if you are off for President's Day, you can actually go into your profile, say, hey, we have holiday hours for President's Day, so we're going to be closed. That is an update. Google loves seeing those updates. If you have, when we come into Easter and you're off for Good Friday, or if you take off some vacation time or anything like that, changing your hours and keeping those up to date is imperative. I'm in Colorado where we have areas that, like, my little town is not a winter tourist town, oddly enough. So we have a lot of our businesses shut down in the winter and are open spring, summer, and fall. So they need to update their business hours based on the time of year. So keep that information up to date. Now, the minimum of time between updates that Google says is optimum for them, the minimum is 1 month. So make sure that you're doing something to your profile once a month. And I highly suggest that you put a reminder on your calendar and you make it a recurring reminder to update your Google profile, whether it's adding a new picture, changing a picture, adding or updating a service, adding a promotion or an event. There's all types of different ways that you can update your profile, even if it's just, changing a sentence on one of your service offerings or your business description. Even like I said, changing those business hours. Any update that you can make to your profile, do that once a month, and then Google will know that you are keeping your profile active. The other thing that you can do is, as you're receiving new reviews, respond to those. So that is also keeping your profile up to date. Something else that you can do is adding photos and videos. So they have a great little gallery that you can have about your business. And a little warning, I do like the cheesy dog photos that do funny little things. So hopefully you don't get too offended by those. I just like the whimsy. Um, anyway, so add high quality photos and videos. So for example, if you're a contractor or a roofer and you've got these great projects that you've been doing, add some of those photos of some of your completed projects, or even some of the ones that are in production at the moment. I worked with a contractor last year that we built a video for him to give as a gift to the person's project that he was working on, and we built a video of the build process, and that was a 1.5 year long process. So there was all kinds of video or photos that were taken at that time. So go ahead and add them if you think that your clients would be okay with you adding some of that information, because that is basically your portfolio. So as I mentioned, respond to reviews. That shows that you're engaged with your customers, engaged with the people that are showing you love. So it's always great to show them love in return. Also use the posts area. This posts area, it allows you to share updates about your business, new products, new services, special promotions or events. And you don't even have to have a special promotion. So for example, if you build websites, or if you are a virtual assistant and your rates are the same all the time, or you have packages that you just maybe want to advertise, you can absolutely call it a promotion and don't have to offer a discount on it. You can put a service package out there and call it a promotion and just say, hey, this is what I'm offering right now, and have that go out. For example, if I really wanted to advertise these Tech Talk Tuesdays, I could have these as events on my Google business profile. And so that would be another way to update your information. So again, these are just ways to keep your profile updated, get some new information out there each week or each month. As I mentioned, oh no, I didn't. So monitor your insights. So you can actually see when you pull up your Google business profile, when you are logged in to make edits to your profile, you can actually see that you have a certain amount of customer interactions or views or things like that. So if you notice, it's in blue. So you can click on this and actually see how many people have looked at your profile within the last a certain amount of time. You can change that amount of time. You can see what they've done, whether they've called, whether they have messaged you, any number of different things. You can actually click on this to see the insights of what's been happening with your profile. So definitely use that information to help you determine, what you need to do next, what's working and what's not working. And finally, use keywords in your description. Now, I know that keywords is it's a pretty big topic, and it's going to be a specific topic in a future tech talk, because keywords go into building your website, goes into building your Google business profile, having blogs. Keywords are always an important piece of marketing your business. However, as you're kind of thinking about building the descriptions for your business itself, the services or the products that you have, keep in mind those keywords that go along with your business and your industry. If you're a plumber, then you have plumbing services, that you fix clogged pipes, that you fix toilet leaks, that you do these different things. Have these as your individual services, so that you have those keywords when people are looking for help in your local area. Now, don't get too crazy on this, because if you use too many keywords, if you're using the same keyword too many times, you can actually get penalized. They call that keyword stuffing, and Google doesn't like that. But if you are being useful to your public, to the people that are looking for you, and you're being somewhat strategic in the information that you're using, then that is the key for what you're going for with the keywords. So keep in mind that, because it's not just the keywords, it's not just having the profile out there, it's having some of those keywords so that people know how to find you, basically. And again, we'll talk about that in the future. If you have any questions about anything I've discussed and you don't want to talk about it here, that's okay. Reach out to me, or I'm going to be reaching out to you within the next few days, just to follow up, make sure everything went well. So I hope everyone has an amazing Valentine's, and that yeah, that it's a happy day for you. So reach out to me if you have any questions. If you need any additional information, I am here for you, and I will chat with you soon. See you next Tuesday.